Today, we're diving into one of the most intense and, let's be honest, pretty wild passages in biblical prophecy, the 7 trumpet judgments from the book of Revelation. We're going to walk through chapters 7 to 10 and see exactly how this apocalyptic vision unfolds. Okay, let's get into it.
So that's the big question, right? What actually happens? Well, as we're about to see, each blast from a trumpet unleashes a bigger and bigger catastrophe that totally transforms the world. But, before all that judgment really gets going, there's this surprising and really important pause.
So right before all the devastation kicks off, we get this moment of restraint. You see 4 angels literally holding back the 4 winds of the earth. Now, in the Bible, these winds often symbolize the forces of God's judgment. And this brief calm? It's happening for a very specific reason, to get a special group ready for everything that's about to come.
144,000. That's the number. Before the next phase of judgment can even start, this group of people has to be sealed, marked for protection, so they can carry out a really crucial mission. So the question is, who exactly are they?
The text is incredibly specific here. This isn't just some symbolic number. It's laid out as 12,000 people from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. They're sealed right on their foreheads, and their job is to serve as protected evangelists. Their work supposedly sparks this massive worldwide revival, though it also tragically means many of the new believers end up as martyrs.
So once the 144,000 are sealed, this 7th seal is finally opened, and then something really strange happens. There is complete and total silence in heaven. The idea here is that this is a moment of profound awe, like everyone is holding their breath, waiting for the terrifying and righteous acts of God that are about to unfold. And during this silence, an angel steps up to the altar and offers incense along with the prayers of the saints. Then, that same angel takes the censer, fills it with fire from the altar, and just hurls it down to earth. It's this powerful symbol showing that the judgments about to happen are a direct answer to the prayers of people who have been suffering. And then, the trumpets begin. The first 4 immediately set up this devastating pattern. Notice the repetition, 1/3. 1/3 of the trees and all the green grass get burned up. 1/3 of the sea turns to blood, killing 1/3 of all sea creatures. 1/3 of all fresh water gets poisoned, and finally, 1/3 of the light from the sun, moon, and stars is just gone. Let's just zoom in on that 3rd trumpet for a second. The thing that poisons the water is identified as a star named wormwood. It falls from the sky and turns a huge chunk of the planet's rivers and springs bitter and toxic, and a lot of people die from it. This really helps you visualize the sheer scale of what's happening. These are not small, localized disasters. We're talking about 1/3 of the planet's essential life support systems, plants, oceans, fresh water, even light, being systematically taken apart. The world is literally being fractured by these judgments.
And just when you think things couldn't possibly get any worse, an angel flies across the sky shouting this warning. This triple woe is a major turning point. It's basically a signal that the first 4 judgments, they were just the warm-up act. The next 3 are aimed directly at humanity, and they're going to be far, far worse.
So the first woe kicks off with the 5th trumpet. The bottomless pit, the abyss, is unlocked, and this thick smoke just pours out. And from that smoke comes a horde of demonic locust-like creatures, and they're given a terrifying command: go torment humanity for 5 months.
And of course, this demonic army has a king. He's identified by 2 names, Abaddon in Hebrew and Apollyon in Greek. But here's the thing. Both names mean destruction or the destroyer. Pretty fitting for the one leading this mission, right?
This right here captures the unique horror of the 5th trumpet. The torment from these demonic locusts is so unbearable that people will actually want to die to escape it, but they won't be able to. It's 5 straight months of agony with absolutely no relief. All right, on to the 2nd woe, which arrives with the 6th trumpet. A voice from the altar commands the release of 4 fallen angels who have been bound for ages at the Euphrates River, and they are unleashed for a very specific hour, day, month, and year to carry out an even deadlier judgment. These 4 angels lead an army of 200 million. But what is this army? The text is a little ambiguous here. On one hand, it could be another supernatural demonic force, kind of like what we saw with the 5th trumpet. Or it could be describing a massive human army, whose destructive power, fire, smoke, and brimstone, might be a prophecy of something like modern warfare.
But whether it's a demonic army or a human one, the result is brutally clear. This army kills 1/3 of all humanity left on Earth.
This single event is the most devastating loss of life in all of human history up to this point. Just staggering.
After all this immense devastation, the narrative suddenly shifts. A mighty, majestic angel comes down from heaven. He's described as being clothed in a cloud, with a rainbow over his head. He puts one foot on the sea and the other on the land, and lets out a roar like a lion. It's an incredible, powerful image.
Now, this angel doesn't just show up to look impressive. He makes a solemn oath and a profound announcement. He declares that when the seventh and final angel is about to sound his trumpet, the mystery of God will be finished. Basically, this means God's entire plan for all of history is about to hit its grand finale.
And that is where we leave things. The stage is set for the final act. The judgments have been absolutely catastrophic, but the seventh trumpet hasn't even sounded yet. The angel's proclamation is just hanging there in the air, leaving us all with one massive, final question. The mystery of God is about to be finished, so what will it finally reveal?